Okay, Australia, I'm out on a jog trying to clear my head, and I can't because there's a nightmare going on up here, and you're in it. And let me tell you why. You've got a big decision ahead of you, and I really wonder if you know what you're talking about when you consider letting the people into your oceans that you're considering letting into your oceans. Let me ask you this. Have you done your research to understand what's at stake here? Or are you just swayed by headlines and catchy phrases like stopping shark finning, ending shark attacks at beaches? Or are you swayed by words like unprecedented or big numbers like 1.3 million in research funding? Yeah, that sounds great. Do you actually know anything else than those big statements? Maybe the next thought you're having is, who the hell am I? Why should you listen to me? Okay, that's fair. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm wrong. But isn't it at least worth looking into? I don't have anything to gain from this. I haven't made a dime off of sharks in my life. So what's my motivation? Am I just some wacko out there trying to discredit somebody for no reason? How about all the biologists that I've talked to that agree with me and that have told me things that are even worse than I originally suspected? Are you just going to dismiss all of those biologists as conveniently being biologists that don't know what they're talking about, while the biologists that these guys have basically bought to be part of their program are the only ones that do know what they're talking about? Seems a little suspicious to me. But instead of me telling you what to think, let me just keep asking you questions. Do you understand the actual plan of execution that is going to stop shark attacks on your beaches by tagging these sharks in an unprecedented way? If you let these guys into Australia, you're basically saying one of the following things: that you don't think your scientists know what they're doing and they need the help of fishermen to figure out how to study these sharks properly, or you think that the $1.3 million or whatever it is what's going to solve your problem, or you think that this sensationalist app, Global Shark Tracker, with real-time positioning is what's going to save you from sharks. Alright, well, if it's any of those reasons, let me tell you why you're wrong. Let's start with this concept of real-time positioning. Are you aware that the shark's dorsal fin has to be at the surface for 3 solid minutes in order to get accurate positioning? To you beachgoers out there, when is the last time, whether you're a surfer, swimmer, kiteboarder, lifeguard, whatever, when is the last time that you saw a great white shark's fin at the surface for 3 straight minutes just cruising around? I'm guessing the answer is never. Now let's say that that does happen. Then that signal has to go up to the satellite, come back down into the software, and then get relayed out. That is not real time. Do you understand that sharks pass in and out of areas? What are you going to do? Clear the beach every time you get a ping that a shark is nearby? I've got news for you. The sharks are there all the time. They just aren't eating you. So when you get a ping that tells you a shark is nearby, what are you going to do? Send in the cavalry, go in and shoot the shark, or clear everyone out of the water? The sharks are there for a reason. They're not there for you. They've been coming to these beaches well before you were ever there. So don't fool yourselves into thinking they're there to eat you. And if you aren't willing to accept the risk that Earth's oldest hunting machine might make a mistake every now and then, maybe you need to find a different place to swim, like a swimming pool. Next, let's talk about the possibility that you think your own scientists are incompetent. Well, I don't think it's so much that your scientists are incompetent, but that they aren't able to do the job that they want to do. Are you aware that your policymakers ignore the data provided from your scientists stating that drum lines don't work, beach nets don't work, coaling and hunting sharks doesn't work, it doesn't solve the problem? It doesn't matter. That's not really what's important to them. Tourist dollars are what matter, not the sharks. Are you aware that Australian delegates went to CITES asking to increase the sustainable limit on shark fins they can export to China? These are the people making your decisions about what's good for sharks. Let's talk about the third option, that it's about the money. This one is actually feasible because, let's be honest, the science community could always use some more money. They could always use a little help continuing with their research. But if it's really about the money and they just want to help, then cut a check to the researchers and let them do what they need to do. Don't force them to come onto your boat and be part of your program and agree with everything that you want them to say when they sign your non-disclosure agreement. You realize we're facing a monopoly on white shark information? These guys are going around the world getting everybody that needs money for research to team up with them and then say what they want them to say. Let's keep research honest, people. Check out what just happened to me recently. One of the biologists that I've interviewed that states, for the record, that what these people are doing is bad for the sharks, ended up having to withdraw his statement because he didn't know that his boss had accepted sponsorship from these people. So basically what we're saying is that the truth can't come out because of money. Is that what you want?